What's up guys, yesterday as of the time of making this video, LEGO announced their newest addition to the architecture line, the Great Pyramid of Giza. I am a huge fan of the architecture sets, I have almost all of them, and I think this is a wonderful addition and definitely something I plan to pick up on day one. Releasing August 1st, this set will cost $130 and will come with 1,476 pieces, which personally isn't that bad. I know a lot of the pieces, like they usually are in architecture sets, are pretty small, or a lot of them are definitely going to make up the outside of the pyramid itself, but I think the amount of details included and the sheer size of this thing definitely makes up for that. There's a lot to see with this too. You can actually take the whole top of the pyramid off and look at the inner machinations inside. As instead of just having the outer layer, LEGO also included this inner structure where you can see a little bit of how they built the pyramids. Even though we don't really officially know how the pyramids were built, the leading theory is that ramps like this were used, and I think it's a little interesting that LEGO decided to include such a thing in one of their sets. I don't think this will cause any problems or anything, it was just an interesting choice. And I also love that instead of just being the pyramid itself, they also included the surrounding area, including these smaller pyramids, and then this thing, I always forget what this is called, but when the pharaohs died and were being brought here, they were actually ferried down the river to this location through this little walkway bridge thing into the pyramid itself. I really love all of this that they included here. And then we have another close-up look of the ramp itself with the capstone on its way up. Personally, I think I'm just going to be displaying it with the old look on top of it. And that is absolutely something worth mentioning. I think this is the first time that LEGO is releasing an architecture set of how something used to look, instead of how it looks now. Even if you take the top white layer off and look at the unfinished version underneath, it's not how it looks today. This is just the inner workings of how it still was back then. And I love that LEGO made this choice. It's going to be interesting to see if they do this with other builds, maybe some like Greek temples, or maybe like a fully completed Colosseum, not at the giant scale, but at something like this. The pyramid does also include several of the chambers inside. There's obviously like the actual place of the sarcophagus, and then some of the exit routes and other places. On one hand, it's a little interesting to have all of these, as again it makes a good display, but on the other hand, I feel like this just adds to the piece count. However, if they had left it open, people would be so much more angry, so I'm glad that they decided to at least do something visual back here. Now with all that said, there is one somewhat of an issue with this set, and that is that it's not the full pyramid. This is only half of it and the little area in front of it. Now I actually don't mind this and I'll explain it in just one second, but I do think the pictures on the front of the box are a little misleading and make you feel like it is the full pyramid. Because of how a pyramid is shaped, it kind of just looks like that backside is there when in reality it's not. Now with that said though, having a full pyramid would have made this set rather large, probably taking it to the 2,000 piece set and made the display size or the blueprint really big. The way that it is now is perfectly manageable to fit on a shelf, on top of a desk, anything like that. And you can actually get a second one if you want to build the complete pyramid. Now personally, I hope the design was always going to be half a pyramid and then they decided to add the connection to more in the back. I really hope it wasn't originally going to be a full pyramid that they split in two in an attempt to get more profit. Besides, getting a full second set for a full pyramid isn't really going to look accurate, as you're going to have all that stuff in the front or a bunch of extra space. Personally, I would just bricklink all the extra pieces. None of them are really too unique or anything, and it'll look a lot nicer and save a lot of space and money. Those are my thoughts. Let me know yours in the comments down below. Remember to like if you liked what you saw, and subscribe if you want to support the channel, as we are insanely already almost at 1,000 subscribers. Seriously, that is insane. And make sure you check out my main channel if you want to see all sorts of things on custom LEGO. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.